What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Let's get into AEW Dynamite from October the 23rd, 2024. This was not a good show. Tony Khan needs to be removed. He just needs to fund AEW, nothing more, nothing less. And he just needs to bring in a group of creative writers who know what they're doing. Because this show was dreadful. It was dreadful. There were a couple cool things that happened on the show, but overall, this show was a train wreck. So we kicked the show off with Jon Moxley. He tells us that someone will pay tonight, and a little piece of someone will be destroyed forever for their good, for their own good, for the greater good. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Moving on, so a bunch of jobbers were waiting for the arrival of the Blackpool Combat Club. They had bats, steel chairs, a couple other weapons. I believe it was like Top Flight, Daniel Garcia, just a bunch of jobbers. So, who cares? All right, so Hangman Adam Page, he comes out next. He's introduced by Tony Schiavone. He gets on the mic and he says that he knocked out Austin Gunn so bad he doubts that he remembers his own brother's name. So this pisses off Colton Gunn, who attacks Hangman Page from behind. The fight continues, and then Adam Page gets the upper hand. He takes off his belt, and he's about to start choking Colton, but then Switchblade and Duke Robinson, they make the save, and then Hangman Adam Page dips out. Jay White gets on the mic and says that he's got Adam Page's number, and anytime he wants to run it back, he's ready. Okay, this is fine, but I don't care about this shit. I really don't. I do not care about this. I'm a fan of Jay White, and Hangman is slowly but surely growing on me, but Hangman has had no sense of direction since he beat Swerve. And that's not good. That's not good. Moving on. First match of the night. Shelton Benjamin defeats Sammy Guevara. So this was an okay match. It wasn't better than Leo Rush and Shelton from last week. But this match was okay. So Shelton wins via the T-bone suplex for the 1, 2, 3. So this is fine. Moving right along. So Renee Paquette, she's in the back with Mariah May. Mariah May has luggage with her, and she tosses it in the hallway. So it turns out to be Anna Jay's, and then Mariah May and Anna Jay get into a little fight real quick, and then Chris Daniels breaks it up. Who gives a fuck about this? This is whack and lame. This shit should be taken on Collision. And where is Deonna Purrazzo in all this? Deonna Purrazzo should be the one to face Mariah May. She should be in this spot, not Anna Jay. Seriously. Come on. Moving on. I wanted to burn my television down to the fucking ground. Kyle Fletcher cut one of the worst promos I've heard in quite some time. So, he and Don Callis are out. They're introduced by Tony Schiavone. So Kyle Fletcher says that the fans are just as much to blame for this whole thing as Will Ospreay is. Before Will Ospreay got to AEW, Kyle Fletcher was the next big thing. Now the fans say he's just the next Will Ospreay, but he's better than Will Ospreay in every single way. Kyle Fletcher proceeds to cut an unhinged promo, and he intends to step out of Will Ospreay's shadow. Kyle Fletcher reminds us that he's nothing like Will Ospreay, and then he cuts his hair with a razor. Okay, that's, well, no, not a razor, but clippers. This is fine, and also, I respect Utah big time because they told him to shut the fuck up, which was great, and they told him to wrap it up. I love that. That was great. Wrap it up. This was excellent. So big shout out to the Utah crowd. You guys killed it. You guys did an excellent job. I get where Kyle Fletcher's coming from, but come on, bro. Like, come on, dude. Really? No. Moving on. So we see a video package of Tenosuke Takeshita. He defeated Josh Alexander at Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling over the weekend. So Ricochet, he shows up to make the save, and then he issues a challenge to anyone on Rampage. Oof. Ricochet is done for. Ricochet is fucking done for. He's done for. Hey, Ricochet, I hope you like that nice paycheck that you're getting, but man, you completely screwed yourself big time. Oh my goodness. But thankfully, MVP showed up, and he says that the two of them have history. He says, like, new company, new start, and then he hands him his business card, and he also says that Ricochet has a nice suit. So hopefully Ricochet joins MVP, because if he does not, this will be the end of Ricochet. Moving on, Brian Cage and Lance Archer defeated some jobbers. Who gives a fuck? Fuck this, and fuck Brian Cage. Come on. Moving on. So the Job Squad from earlier in the show, they're looking for the BCC. So Chuck Taylor, he's basically an agent now. So he comes. So yeah, I mean, my bad. So he comes to get Mark Briscoe to set up for his match. That's up next. So that's fine, I guess. Who cares? Chris Jericho defeats Mark Briscoe in the ladder war match to win the ROH title with the help of Big Bill. My bad, W. Morrissey. Okay. The match was fine, I guess, for television, but we've seen 1,000,005 ladders. I mean, 1,000,005 ladder matches. This was 1,000,006. Oh my God. Oof. What the hell? I don't get it. But so Mark Briscoe did a froggy ball off the ladder, off top of the ladder, through a table, which was nice. That was a pretty cool spot. That popped the crowd heavily. Then Big Bill came in. He did a choke slam through 2 tables, taking out Mark Briscoe. And he put Jericho on his shoulders, and that allowed for Jericho to retrieve the ROH championship. Who gives a damn? And then Tomohiro Ishii showed up, and he stares down Chris Jericho, and it was crickets. You could hear a pin drop in that moment. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Tony, why is Tomohiro Ishii here? For what? This makes no sense. This is dumb. Take this useless sack of shit off of television. No one cares about Ishii. Nobody. And if you do, you need to have your head examined, because you clearly need help. You need therapy. You need to be on someone's couch for a good, I don't know, maybe a good 5 times a week, maybe 3-hour sessions. Damn. Moving on. So, small, skinny Adam Cole showed up. And then, before he could even get a word in, the Undisputed Kingdom, they show up. So they say it's not about Max. It was about this, the EU. Roderick Strong says that he's proud of Adam Cole for working his ass off to come back from the injury, but he wants MJF first. Adam Cole then thanks Roddy, and then the man's MJF comes out here. So MJF, he's on the Titantron. He's getting a massage from a really cute girl, which is nice. MJF says that he can make them jump through hoops. And the first guy to win 3 matches in a row gets a match with MJF at Full Gear. And he's not going to be showing up until then. So that's a bunch of bullshit. I would expect for MJF to probably show up at the Full Gear Go Home show, more than likely. Okay, I guess. But again, I feel like this is all a ruse. I feel like the EU, they're going to turn on Adam Cole anyway. I feel like that's where they're going with this. Do I care about any of this? No, I don't. I really, really don't. This worthless feud should be over with. Like, we don't care about it. Just move on from it. You can't salvage this fucking feud, Tony. End it. Moving on, the House of Black, they defeat Jobbers. So Buddy Matthews gets the win via the curb stomp. And then post-match, Buddy Matthews, he wants Adam Cole. Now that he's cleared, so Adam Cole meets him in the back. And Buddy Matthews challenges him to a match. And he's going to prove that Adam Cole is frail. He's fragile. Great. Good stuff here. Good stuff. This should be a very hard-hitting match. I'm down for it. But Adam Cole is probably going to need an ice pack when he's done with all this. Buddy Matthews is a stiff son of a bitch. He's very, very stiff. He works hard. Pause. But Buddy Matthews is no slouch. I wish he was higher on the card. I really do. But it's Tony Khan. But I do think that Buddy Matthews could be a very serviceable mid-card guy. I could see him being, TNT champion, Continental champion, and whatever mid-card title they have. I could see him being a mid-card champion for sure. He just needs a character, but this match should be fun next week. Moving on, Camille defeats Queen Aminata. Who cares? And post-match, Mercedes Moné tried to take out Chris Statlander, but she failed miserably. And Chris Statlander was able to beat up Mercedes. But Camille actually got her reverse DDT on to Chris Statlander. All right. Still no explanation as to why Tony has turned Statlander babyface. We need an actual explanation, please. That would be nice, but it isn't going to happen. Moving on. So, the Job Squad, a.k.a. Team AEW, they're waiting for Moxley and company to show up. So, the Patriarchy, they show up instead. So, they go to the ring, and then Hook comes out. Kip Sabian, he shows up, and he was actually stalking Christian Cage earlier on. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, that's some weird shit. Like, Christian Cage should get a restraining order. Well, not really, but Christian Cage really should keep an eye on Kip Sabian. Like, that's weird. Like, he's stalking. Kip Sabian is basically a stalker in my world, so that's weird. Anyway, so basically, Kip Sabian, he Lobos Hook, and basically Hook gets his ass beat, pause. And then on commentary, it's revealed that Christian Cage was the one who took out Taz, which actually makes sense. And then he also called Hook by his real name, Tyler. That was cool. So this is okay. Not what I had in mind. It seems like Christian Cage is still going to go after the world title. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I don't know. I mean, this is fine, so we'll see where it goes. Obviously, it's going to be Christian Cage and Hook at Full Gear. All right, main event of the evening. And I didn't watch it because I didn't give a shit about it. Private Party. Private Party. No, that wasn't even the main event, my bad. Private Party and Daniel Garcia, they defeated the Elite. So then Private Party, they want their rematch, and if they end up losing, then they split. So the Young Bucks accept. All right, that's fine. So my bad, that was the main event. So the angle that happened at the end of the show was Marina Shafir. She shows up in the truck, and she basically is stared down by everybody. But then the Blackpool Combat Club, they show up and they beat the shit out of everybody. And then they end up... No, Moxley, he's a camera guy. And he drags Chuck Taylor in the ring. So they were going to break his ankle, but they chose not to. And so Claudio stomps on the neck of Chuck Taylor. And so the Job Squad, they come out to make the save. And then Orange Cassidy, he's just really distraught right now. And then that's how we go out the air. So this is fun. This is an okay angle. I get where they're going with this. It does make sense. If you're a fan of Orange Cassidy, this is okay. But me, I'm not a fan of Orange Cassidy. I'm just not. This is fun. This is a fine angle. We've got 4 weeks left until Full Gear. But we know John Mox is going to beat Orange Cassidy. He's going to more than likely beat Darby. Or he should anyway. But if Darby ever were to become champion, I can only see him being world champion for maybe a month to 3 months at best. Nothing beyond that. But this is okay. I am interested to see where this goes. But Dynamite was extremely poor this week. Well, scratch that. Dynamite has always basically been poor for quite some time. I mean, they've given us a couple good stuff. I mean, moments and stuff here and there. But this show was not a good show outside of a couple of things. The Hurt Business stuff was okay. The angle with the angle with Chuck Taylor, that was fine. That's okay. Everything else, I just didn't give a shit about. But what did you guys think? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.